So, well, I'm okay. I mean, I'm still, a little bit rough, but I'm mostly okay. Uh, the way I look is because of the heat, not because I'm sick or was sick. Because it's still pretty damn hot here. Pretty damn hot. It's been hot all day, and we'll see how good or bad I can sleep tonight. Yeah. Okay, so let's raise the rear suspension by one stud first. Then we can make a judgment about the driving of the car, because the way, if it's so low here in the rear, this completely changes the geometry here in the front. So before I make any judgment calls, I want to have the car on the same ride height, and then we can assess. And yes, I have not touched the car since the last stream. There was just too many other things that I had to take care of. Oh, come on, cat! Can you please not destroy everything? Oh, dear Lord, you should have seen his face right now. He was like, "Ugh." I mean, of course, the answer is no. I have to destroy everything. Ah. Um. Yeah, I have not considered this. Okay. Of course. Hmm. We are gonna use this. For now, this should be our best bet. Um, um, mhm. Here. No, actually, we can use this. Yeah. I mean, it's not perfect, but it'll do for now. Yeah, for now it'll do. We're just testing anyway. I mean, in this crazy weather, I was not considering that when I'm all sweaty and hot, and I sit in the car and then turn on the AC on full blast. I was not prepared to get a cold. I mean, that was weird. Getting a cold in the middle of summer. All right. But I guess it happens. Okay. So this is pretty much at the right height that we want, I guess. Rear is too soft. Front is, dare I say, too stiff. Maybe. But we can judge a few things now that we could not before. I need a longer runway. So my goal here is to see how well the car goes in the straight line, and it goes very smooth in the straight line as far as I can see here. And then, of course, when we turn, and it's a very, as anticipated, it's a very um, modest uh, turning circle, very modest. And yeah, I mean, Jesus. Yeah, it does turn, but the turning circle is gigantic. And but you can see that it has an Ackermann geometry, and because it has an Ackermann geometry, it drives through the corner very smoothly. There's no resistance, very smoothly. And when if I simulate, of course, uh, cornering speeds by depressing just one side, and uh, if I view at an angle what happens, very good things happen because both wheels suddenly are completely flat with the surface during cornering, which is exactly what we want. Unlike the video I posted, it was from Buis actually, of that what was it, a pickup or whatever truck, where basically if it had tires like these, it would drive on edges, you know. um, so um, I want to explore here how much we can make this turn without the gears binding, or without the CV joints binding, because we need to have the angles as huge as possible. I think there's a couple of degrees in each joint still. A trophy truck, yeah, thank you. There's a couple of degrees of turn in each joint still. Not a lot, but a couple. Um, and of course, for that, we have to do something with the steering rack, because right now the steering rack is limiting. Um, hmm, it's limiting the angles. Let me have some tea. So let's do something about this. For experiment's sake, I think we should make a rack. You know, the limiting factor here is this: if we had half a stud more travel, that would probably be, you know, proper stuff. So we are going to, yeah, what are we going to do? We need half a stop more of travel. Yeah, okay, I know what we're gonna do. Okay, we are going to make the steering rack rotate around these here. Okay, let's try this. Okay. Come on. Thank you. So we need to disassemble this a little bit. These here are gonna go. I'm gonna replace them with these. For now, I mean, this is just temporary because we're experimenting, and the final version will be, I don't know. There's a more elegant solution to this, but not right now. So like this, and we are going to use these here. Yeah, these are going to be our axle guides. What am I doing here? Why do I have these? Okay. Not sure. Not sure. Now I think I know why I had these. Or do I? I think it should have been like this. Yeah. Like this. And then we have this here. And this here. Yeah, I probably fucked up here. Here. There. There. And now this goes on top. Yeah. Okay. And this is now our guide. Okay, this should give us, yeah, a bit more. It does. It's for experimental setup. As far as an experimental setup goes, you see, it's okay. Yeah, it's gonna be alright. It's not perfect, of course. This moves and stuff, but I'm not interested in that. All I am interested in is what kind of angles this can give us. So, see, this was the angle we had before. So very modest, and now we can turn a couple of degrees more. So a couple of degrees more. That's all I was asking for. And of course now we need to see if the couple of degrees more that we asked for actually leaves us enough room here so that okay, it's this one is on the verge of stuttering, but it doesn't stutter yet. Okay. Okay, this one makes contact here. We have contact here, which is a bummer. But we do have a little more steering angle, which makes a difference. Yeah. I mean, for driving around the outside on you know, on the road and stuff, should be fine. But you know what's very good that I feel here, and you can feel it, but what's happening here is, see that, and this is only at small speeds. So I'm basically turning the car at full lock, and then when I drive, the faster I drive, the wheels, and I can feel this on the steering rack, the wheels just want to right themselves. So the wheels just want to point forward. And the faster the car goes, the more extreme this reaction is gonna be. So at high speeds, the wheels are really gonna want to center themselves. So the car is gonna be very stable at speed. And I think that other cars that don't have this are not gonna be stable at speed. So that means that people will always have to, you know, correct the car with the servo. Or I mean, if the servo is centering the car will still want to wander a little bit in directions, and you will have to correct that. Here, no. This car just wants to go straight without any servo. If you do this and just, you know, fast, see what happened? You want to go fast, the wheels just want to straighten themselves, and I'm just pulling the car here. I'm just doing this, and we don't even have a lot of weight here. Weight is another factor. The more weight is on a suspension like this, the faster this effect happens, because now there's hardly any weight here. The tires are basically the heaviest. Oh yeah, the wheels are basically the heaviest part here. But once we have the motor and the body and stuff, this is gonna get heavier, and then we're gonna have the sprung mass that's gonna basically provide the force that when I do this at speed, the wheels are automatically gonna want to straighten themselves, which is exactly what happens with the real car. Of course, it's not happening in isolation. Of course, the rear plays a role as well, because it's the body lean and everything that you know does this. So I'm happy with this. Not with all aspects, of course, because we have here we have to now solve the problems that we created. So if we want more steering, we have to make sure that this this does not collide. This is a problem. And of course, the problem is that when steering here, you see, if I want more steering angle, this guy here wants to climb on top of the frame. And this is a problem, because when this happens, you can observe, or can you, I can observe that this is kind of twisting, which is not good. No, I mean, my throat is still a bit sore, so I have to drink a lot. No, the rear and front suspension are not the same at all. The rear suspension is much simplified. Of course, this guy dislocated itself. The rear is a lot simplified because we don't have steering. The rear has zero. I'm sorry. The rear has no steering. And I think the caster angle, the camber angle is a little bit too extreme, even at full. Yeah, we need to bring those in one stud. They are too far out. Yeah, but you know, small things doesn't matter. This is not important right now. The rear is very simple, so I'm not gonna really concern myself too much with this. This is gonna be brought one step further in, and that's gonna be it basically. Um, Steering. How to solve this here? A solution could be to bring it one step further up, or to bring it to put it one stud for half a stud closer to the wheel, which would also be a solution. Then we would be half a stud further out here, and that would be good. That would solve all of those problems. And I'm in favor of the half a stud solution where we move this point here further out. It would not change the toe. It would not change the bump steer, but it would change the amount of steering angle that we can pull off. Of course, this steering angle is, of course, issue is only present when the suspension is in full drop, but still, it's it's still not okay, especially here, because the suspension, when the steering is in this position, is gonna be at full drop here, because the car is gonna lean to the other side. So it's gonna be like this, and the suspension here is gonna be at full drop. So this is a problem, and we have to solve it. Okay, so how do we bring this half a stud further in? I don't think that's gonna be too much of a problem, to be honest. I think this guy here allows it without issues. Come on. Okay. So we would basically make this guy here shorter, like that. Not sure what to do with this though. We will probably have to do something else. Not sure what yet. So essentially, what we do here would be what? This is mounted like this. Okay. This guy here can stay. No, it cannot stay. We are gonna do this there. Here we can, yes, okay, we can do this. We can do this. To be honest, I can do this on both. This would be even better. No. I can do this here. And here we're gonna have this guy. I hope. There. Now we can have this here. There. And we can have this here to secure it. So theoretically, let's see if the wheel allows it. No problem. So it's half a stud closer to the wheel. Let's recreate this on the other side. Let's modify the steering rack, and then we can see if this is the solution that we can use. Jesus, it's hot. I mean, I'm having heat waves here. I have the fan blasting at full, and still not enough. Okay. Now let's modify the steering rack. So these two can now be one stud apart. Exactly, Rayon. This is also one of those builds that has no modified parts, because the regulations of the Buick competition do not allow modified parts. So we have to respect that if we want to take part in the competition. And we do. So no modified parts. Same rules for everybody. And we have to respect that. So I already see issues in my logic, which, I mean, not surprising. My logic is flawed, but you know. So, um, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Hmm? Let's see. So we do have toe out. Huh? Mm-hmm. No, it's still nice. Still no binding, which is good. Very good. What does this say? Hmm. No collision. No collision by a goat's hair. There's no collision by a goat's hair, but this is nice. Still, the joints still go smooth, so there's no binding in here. But we do have a lot more steering angle, which is nice. Which is exactly what we wanted. For for a strange reason, I thought that the toe was too much, but the toe is only, I mean, only much because this part of the steering rack here in the front is not it's not fixed yet, and so the wheels can do too much. Yeah, this is gonna be right. We do have when the wheels are at full drop, we do have a significant toe out. But as soon as we start driving, that toe out actually disappears, and we have a very smooth driving car. There's nothing happening here, and I'm suspecting that when uh, force is applied here, so as soon as we have power on the wheels are gonna be pulled in slightly as well, because that's what happens on driven wheels. If on steered driven wheels, they usually get pulled in slightly when power is applied on them. So even though the geometry here at first glance would look like, what the fuck is this? Um, it's gonna be alright. Hey, Darenator. We're getting a lot of ice cream tomorrow. Uh, are you sure? Where are we getting it? Here, or are you bringing it with you? Because if you're bringing it with you, it's not gonna be ice cream anymore when it arrives here. So, you know, we can buy some ice cream here. I'm totally game for it because it's hot like fuck here. Right. So let's check bump steer again, and then we can finish the steering rack. What does bump steer? No bump steer. Yeah, of course we are. The place we. I know. The place at Smetanova where we usually get the ice cream. We're gonna go there. Yeah. I need it too. So yeah, we're gonna get ice cream and beer. Uh, beer ice cream. Hmm. That's a business idea. Um, so I think that's good. So let's remove the wheels because at the moment they are just in the way. And let's focus on the steering rack. There. Oh, that's actually, that's extremely light. It's gonna be heavier, but it's extremely light, what we have here. Um, okay. What are our maximum angles? Still no binding. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Looks like we engineered this suspension really well. So, how do we prevent this from happening? So we have the sliding stuff here. That's okay. I think that can stay. Perhaps. Well, it gives us just a tiny bit of. Yeah, but a tiny bit is stressing. Okay, so if we go just to this point, before this guy starts climbing, the frame, we have like one stud here, so we can move these half a stud further out, or the better way, we can make these here closer. So that's probably what we're gonna do here. What's happening with this here? Okay, so we can have uh-huh. Okay, so we can have a support there. Right. Let's remove this and discuss. And once we've done this, we move on here. Basically, what we're going to do next is we are going to recreate key points of Christian's bodywork design to determine where the B pillar is, where the A pillar is, and where the driver's seat and position needs to be. That's very key. Okay, so let's zoom in. So we need an axle support for the guide here, which means that we need to re-engineer this. We need a axle hole here, and we need to move those closer together. These are going to be different connectors. We are going to use these. Drivetrain is absolutely going to be important, but we have to do all of those things. Sorry if I'm still not talking full blast because my voice is just not it, it can't cope with it. Okay. Yeah, of course. Then nothing will happen at all. So. If we want this thing to be the way I want it to be, Wait, can we go like this? We could, and then suck. Yeah, that's absolutely what we should do. I think. So I'm gonna use this. It's gonna be complicated, but you know. Hey, Christian. It's gonna be complicated, but you are used to it right by now, and okay. So we're gonna have this and this. Here we're gonna have this and this. We're gonna beef it up really, really nice. Okay. Now it needs to be what? 1, 2, 3. 3 and 5, 3, 3 and 6, and 6 and 5 is 11. I did not want to hear that. 11 is not an axle that I have. Or do we have 11 stud axles? Do 11 stud axles exist? Blimey, they do. Holy shit. Holy shit. 11 stud axles exist. Stock Lego. 11 stud axle. Who would have thought? Nice. And I was like here, oh no. 11 stud axles exist, and of course I remembered that I got them because you know, 11 stud axle. You want it because obviously it's gonna come become useful at some point, like here. Okay, I'm gonna skimp on parts here because that's not important, I guess. It's just gonna be weight. This and this. Okay, so this should be our new steering rack, and you will see in a moment how this is going to play out. Okay. Okay, so here at the bottom we have the support for this stuff, and here of course is the support for this stuff. So we have basically two sliding axles inserted in here, and they should hold this perfectly still in all of the directions that we want it to be still. So this can now be a 9-stud axle. This can be a 9-stud axle. Yep. And here we need what do we need here? We have 5 studs of movement here. I think 12. Let's see. And 11 stud. And 11 stud would be nice, but I'm going with a 12. So with these two guide axles, the steering rack now cannot twist anymore, and it's perfectly located. And now we can move on. Of course, we're gonna put some gears in here, but that's, you know, to be determined. I'm going to basically go fetch the pictures of Christian's design, and we are gonna mark our points here where the B pillar, the A pillar, and the, you know, stuff has to be. There, there. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 plus 11 is 18, right? 18 studs. Is that correct? Should be 19 studs by my calculations, but yeah, probably. I mean, if Christian says 18, it's gonna be 18. I'm not gonna argue, because on the picture it looks right. So 18 between the wheels. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 11 start this. Okay, I'm gonna start with this. So it's gonna be easier for me because I'm lazy. So yeah, that's better. So it's 3 studs and then A pillar. I'm gonna represent the A pillar with this. So it's 1, 2. This. I'm so useless today. I am so useless. So this and this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. B pillar. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so this is B pillar. This is the B pillar, and the A pillar is gonna be just 1, 2. Okay. And it's gonna be like this. There. There. Well, most of my parts comes from Bricklink, of course. So, this is our rocker panel sketch. It's just a sketch because I just want to know the locations of the A and B pillar, which are gonna give us, the location of the firewall, and the driver's seat and everything. So we have to now place this contraption here in the middle, something, you know. For this, I'm gonna put axles in here because it has to be in the middle of both. And now we're gonna eyeball it. I know that's not what you want to hear, but yeah. So we're gonna eyeball it. It needs to be kind of in the center of both. So I guess this is like the center here. And this is the center here. So yeah. Okay. I see it exactly. Okay. Now I know where this needs to go. Exactly. So this is exactly where our A and B pillars are gonna be. So we have this here, that's in the center of this, and in the rear pretty much the same. So that's the wheel arch. This wheel of course is bigger, but this is because the tire here is a lot bigger. The tire that we are gonna use is like 1/3 of this. The height of the tire is that we are gonna use is 1/3 of this, so it's gonna be fine. Right. So this means that the steering rack is already inside of the cabin. Interesting. Okay. So this is already where the driver's legs are gonna be. Well, ish. And this is the B pillar. So the seat is gonna have to be like here. This is gonna bump into the driver's legs. We don't care. And then we have to, have a steering rack that's gonna be roughly this in this position, probably, roughly in this position. I would probably like to make it as close to the A pillar as possible, but somewhere here. But yeah, that's good to know where the A pillar is. Now we're gonna see the width of this. where does the A-pillar base need to be, because this is then gonna allow us to make the structure, if you will, which is gonna come from this here and go up and connect to this, and then we'll see about this guy here. And these guys here still need to be angled so that we have just the tops of those sticking out of the hood to have a strut domes on top. So yeah, let me check the other pictures. Where is a good picture from the front? I guess this one. Okay, so the A pillar, yeah, lovely. It floats in the air. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. So it's 9 and 5. Okay. Yeah. Let's forget about that. So I'm gonna make the yeah, exactly. It's gonna be an amputee driving, so it doesn't matter. I'm gonna make the A pillar, then the windshield basically, just to give me an estimation of the width of all of this. So we have 6 and 11. Okay. And it's 5 area, of course. Okay, so basically that's our windshield. It's gonna live here. Yeah. Gonna live here. So this, of course, needs to come in. And do we have a problem? We might have a problem. And Christian will probably see the problem right away. Yeah. Oh no, we are so lucky. Oh god. Wait. No, we do have a problem. Oh shit. Shit. Wait. No. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh lord. So, what's happening here is, what my concern was. It's also very tight. So, thing is that this is the width of the car. Okay. The thing is, okay, I'm gonna take a look at it in a moment. Just look at here. So, basically, by complete coincidence, I lucked out, and this is actually the width of the car. This is, of course, is the the position of the A pillar as it will be. So, in this location. Thing is, this is the position of the door. And my concern was, where the door should be here. And my concern was that the steering rack would poke out of the car. But as it turns out, it just doesn't. It's where it is now, just does not poke out of the car, which is very good. I'll be right back. I need to clean my nose. Just a second. Okay. So, let me see what Marco posted. Yeah. No. That firewall does not help a lot. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. But the problem here is that we really want the tunnel support like this. We want the kind of the tunnel support up here, because the A pillar is not gonna. We cannot expect much from this A window frame. You know, it's this is not gonna provide much stability. You know. Okay, so I was afraid that the steering rack would poke out of the car. You know, I was afraid that the door is kind of here and that the steering rack would kind of poke out of the car, but it doesn't. It's just here. So it's no, it's fine, Marco. It's interesting, but again, you have to learn to you're using too much material. We need to use as little material as possible because this needs to be as light as possible. Yeah, the frame is gonna be removed. This frame is not gonna be in the final version, so don't concern yourself with that. This is gonna be driven by a 24 gear that's gonna be here. I think who was in this in the last stream who solved it. So we have a solution for this already. Don't get sorry, my ears need to pop out. Yeah, nice. So this is a non-issue. We have this sorted. I was more concerned about this, but I'm actually relieved. Okay. So let's concern ourselves with the front again. So two things. This frame is gonna go. Mr. Morty, hey. So this frame is gonna go. This connection here is also gonna have to disappear. And first, before we solve this here, we are gonna solve this here. No, I'm gonna for Ben's sake, for fuck's sake here. I'm going to come on. I'm going to put the gear here. Come on. Up in. Okay. There. So. So we're gonna drive this like this. Like that. It's gonna be fine. And here, now what my plan is. My plan here is to do something like this. So we would have this supported here, and this would then slope back and be held in here by something. This, whatever is going to be held in here, doesn't have to be very strong. It just has to prevent it from popping out when this is lifted, but that's not going to be a problem because the lever of this is very small. However, we just need something to support this here, so to take up these forces. And this also shouldn't be too difficult because we already had something very appropriate, and we can basically just reappropriate this, I guess, in a manner. This should stay roughly in the same position. So we have to recreate this here without this hump. So basically, give me just a second. So we would use something like this. 7, 9. I'm just, experimenting as usual. So we can do something like this. This would hold it in. And we should probably go with the reverse. Should go with the reverse. even have to angle this as much, you know, just so that it clears this, and we can have the hood here, and then we have, you know, the domes. Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay. Now I have to just figure out how to attach these here. So this is a success, I guess. Mm, what we could do would be this, but no, we you know we technically we could do this, and we could mount them here, in the hole here. Problem is that on this side we will have problems, because first we would need to move this guy here half a stud further out. Not a problem, but then we would have to move this guy as well. Big problem. So we can't. But what we can do is the following. I'm gonna mount this here as a reference. Come on. Yeah. I'm gonna mount this as a reference. And now I need this here. I think. How much did this turn? I mean, if what did I just do? I mean, if by now you think I'm mad, you're not wrong. Just, you know, just saying. Come on. Okay. how much I hate this. Okay. Let's able to spin. Oh god, this is so this is crazy. Okay. This is not the way I imagined it. Okay. What if we do the following? Never mind this. Never mind this. Okay. So we need to go a little lower. Like this. So this stays the same. Okay. Yeah. So that would be a 4 start here. Okay, I'm just gonna experiment here. 4 stats. Oh, what the hell? We have room. We can use this. What's the clearance? Yeah, that is okay. That is okay. This. Perfect. Now for the fun part. Now let's see if we can have this. And I think we can. I think we even can. Bummer. I knew there was something. Oh, right. Wait. Okay. Far off are we? How far off are we of our initial? You know what? This is actually pretty much what it should be. Pretty much. Not quite, I think, but pretty much. What's happening on Discord? Nothing. Okay. Huh. So what would give us this? You wonder. It gives us this. We can have the hood run through it, and then we can have at the correct height. That's important. And then we have the two domes for the struts. Now let's with this setup here, let's check if the suspension actually works, as it might not. You see, we have a perfect seat for our gear here, so it's supported on both sides. Hey JSP, sup? How's the weather in Finland? Is it as hot as here? Finnish summer kicking in. Okay, so what's here? What's wrong here? Ah, of course that's wrong here. Oh yeah, so basically same as here. Okay, so we have an issue here. You know, we have an issue that that I'm well, this needs to be corrected, and suddenly we have camber issues here as well. Yeah, this needs to be closer together. Not a huge problem. Not a huge problem. Yeah. Tell me. I mean, I love summer. I prefer it to winter, but even I have limits. Okay. Let's test this theory. Okay, it's in the middle, and of course I'm gonna retest this with our reference. See the position here. Yeah. Position should be fine. Now we have to locate this so it doesn't swing back and forth. Yeah. My God, 36. Yeah, I mean we did have 36 today, I think. So it wasn't fun. Um, okay, let's test something first. Maybe, maybe. This is gonna be interesting. Very interesting. Mm. So what I'm going to do now, take with a grain of salt. It's just an experiment. Okay. It works. Needs some work, of course, but that we knew. I mean, this needs to be connected to the rest of the car, of course. Then it's gonna be fine. Um, and the good part is, of course, that because it's now lower, we can make the hood over it, or should. Let's say it like this. We should. This is now. This gives us now, you know, some freedom. Instead, before, you know, uh, we had the axle going across one stud higher, so it's better, but not ideal, you know. Um, well, maybe when it's done, you know. Yeah. Anyway, what we need to do now is we need to, uh, now that we know where this is, we cannot mount it because of the wheels, but we know where the A pillar is. And yeah, we now can connect this to this, but we need to check for clearances. Yeah, I think that what we can do here, now that everything is in its proper position, we can use these. We can use these, and I think we can mount them here. Yep. And I think we can mount them here without being punished for it. Like this. So these here are gonna be basically the dashboard. So the steering wheel is probably gonna be here, here, and they are gonna connect down to the frame. And of course further, because I think they are not gonna be hitting anything when the suspension is working. I don't think so. Nope. Nothing is hitting, so they can stay. And of course we're gonna put something down there, you know, so that we have this connection here sorted out, and then this is also not gonna wobble back and forth. and then we can have just a single something connecting those here. So basically a single single lift arm is going to connect the front and the rear suspensions. And in the rear we can keep the frame here on top. You know, we can keep the frame here, or I mean, no, we can't because of the drive, but we can do something here because we are not restricted by height as we are in the front because of the hood. We don't have the hood here. Everything can be hidden here inside of the car, so it doesn't matter. It matters just in the front. And yeah, here on top of this we can put a frame. An axle can come in here, and we can have everything mounted on the axle connection here, basically. I think that's doable. We can have this in front here, so it stabilizes everything. Yeah, and then we can insert this here. This here. It's gonna be the hub for the steering, and this, and everything can be connected extremely simply. Come on, do I have another one? Yeah, that's on the desk. So suddenly, this is very stable, and it's gonna be even more even stabler. I wanted to say even more stable. When I take this and do just this. There. Just this. This is all it took for this to be super stable. Of course, the torsion is still something that is going to be solved, but I think torsion can be solved with the windscreen. So the windscreen, once inserted, is gonna be able to assist us in transferring the torsional forces into the car. But you know, this stability I wanted to have solved with this. Excellent, most excellent. And the good part here is that we have a service window. Where I can actually do stuff perfectly perfectly sized for my fingers for removing the gear for the steering. Very nice. I mean, this is not gonna stay as it is, but you know, just so that we have something. And the steering in the cockpit, so on the steering wheel, it's gonna be solved. I don't know. The steering can be here. Yeah, that's the maximum. The steering wheel can be from the center, because otherwise it's, I mean, even this is stretching it. Yeah, here. Sorry. Yeah, we probably should use a smaller gear here. So that we can have the steering when you know, you have to see that when it's at full, the steering rack is at full lock. At full lock, we can still, you can see, you cannot see it. You can still have it connected here, and it's not very far from the center, which is a bummer. And the steering rack cannot be longer. It's also a bummer. Only other thing that we could do is what I suggested before, but by having this, you know, the steering basically hijacked from this and then transferred to this height. I don't know. It's a possibility that we probably should even explore, I think. Yeah. Because the steering wheel is probably gonna be here. Sorry, here. In relation to the car, it's gonna be here on the dashboard, which is gonna be here. This is the dashboard. So this is where it should be. The dashboard probably should be one step further in, but no. Let's have the steering wheel here. It's close enough. Just need to, you know, see where exactly it needs to be, so that the driver's seat is in the correct position, and we can still have enough room here in the center of the car for motors and the BUIS unit. That would be perfect if the servo and the BUIS unit could be in the center axis of the car. That would be perfect. So as low as possible and in the center of the car, where that's the best place for heavy stuff. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for today. Next stream is on Friday. On Friday, I'm probably gonna be in perfect working order again, and I think now that I'm okay, I'm probably gonna do a few of those things that we discussed here myself, presenting you either with a solution or more problems. So yeah. Flying Fish, what do you mean, what has changed? You are confusing me with your question. Oh yeah, this is nice. This is nice. Of course. Of course. That's not nice. Spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. But no, it's gonna be okay. You know. Yeah. There's a small problem because, you know, this guy here, see, this guy here is, I think, yeah, it's too close for comfort. It's basically, it's gonna rub on, come on, it's gonna rub on the top part of this here. Not a problem because we're gonna appropriate this frame here to hold this in place. So it's gonna be fine. So this is gonna go away. It's not needed. And this frame is gonna take up these points here, and it's gonna be perfectly fine. What has changed? Well, in this stream, we did the following things. First, we made the steering rack move the wheels as far as the geometry and everything will allow. Then we tilted the tops of the strut towers in order for us to be able to have a hood and then just suspend strut tower domes here. So a hood in the right height, at the right height. Then we created this guy here, which is basically the driving gear for the differential, and then we're gonna build the gearbox and stuff in front here, driving this. Yeah, and we checked the geometry here in the front. Everything works. In the next stream, and of course we did check the positions of the A pillar and the B pillar and all of this stuff. So everything here clears. It's fine. And now we can start building stuff up, you know. Probably we're gonna first do some more structural stuff. I would like to have the roof made, just so that we have some sort of stability and reference points. I would really like to have the roof, the mounting points for the A pillars, and then I mean the B pillars are not that important because we are first gonna do the front anyway. But I would like to have some reference points here built, because then, you know, we can better judge other stuff. I'm also gonna we also gonna build the furthest point here on the bumper to see how much room we have, where the front of the bumper is, just so I can visualize and we can see how much room we actually have here for the gearbox. I don't know how we're gonna do the gearbox shifting mechanism. I have no idea. We're gonna do it somehow. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for today. And I see you on Friday in hopefully a healthier condition.